Hey, Chris.
Hey, Daniel.
Joke's on you. I meant the other Chris.
Hey, Daniel, what's up, dude?
I'm kidding. Not you. Other Chris.
I don't know whether to be happy or sad now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so one of the huge things coming out of D23 this weekend was, of course, a legit trailer for The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Which premieres on Disney Plus in November, on November 12th. Mm-hmm. Okay, before we even start talking about this, the very idea about this just titillates me.
It is a really cool concept.
People are really excited.
Yeah, I know. It's like a live action Star Wars show. Finally,
Yeah.
in the rumors about a live action Star Wars show have been circling around since like the 80s, you know, and they've made a couple stabs at them too, and they've
Remember the Christmas?
I was about to.
yeah, right, yeah, and actually there's a little bit of a callback to that. We might talk. So we're gonna talk about this now. I'm probably gonna do a breakdown video as well. So if you're listening, if I miss something right now, calm the fuck down. Because I'll probably get it in our trailer breakdown. Also, since I've got your ear, like and subscribe and comment on this video. That's not an order, just a request, because it would really help us out. Go look at some of our other videos. This is like our 4th video. We need some help getting the word out, and we're counting on you. Also, if you're listening to this, if you made it this far into YouTube, you're probably a Star Wars fan.
We can reasonably assume.
Yeah, we want to talk to people like you, because that's what we are. And if you want to nerd out about Star Wars in the comments, I'll spend the rest of next week responding to every comment about Star Wars. So go and do that. So this trailer kind of blew my mind a little bit, because I remember seeing some of the illegal cell phone footage from Star Wars Celebration that we weren't supposed to see, and it looked a little unpolished. Like, they clearly didn't, it wasn't meant for, like, wide consumption from fans. It looked like they were still kind of trying to figure some things out. This, like, they put together a narrative, and, like, it's, like, they were ready to go with it. So we're going to talk through it a little bit. Like I said, if we miss any details, it's not that big of a deal. First thing, just the first thing that, like, immediately got my little nerd tears going were empty Stormtrooper helmets that may or may not have heads in them, but they're not on bodies, right?
I am amazed that the first thing you didn't mention
Some Mandalorian lawn decoration.
Oh, yeah, well, okay, so the music, and don't...
Like, it really strikes me as being Inception style.
Which, yeah, and, yes, you're right, and that's one of the reasons I wasn't super crazy about it. I am very critical about trailer music, but that's for another time. The trailer music was fine.
Compared to what we're accustomed to in Star Wars, it wasn't very melodic.
Yeah, I will say that one thing I'm relieved about was that we didn't hear a slow, sad Imperial March on just piano, right? Because that has showed up in like every single fucking trailer in Star Wars. Yeah. It's either that or like the Force theme or something. So I'm glad that they kind of like, you know, they didn't do any of that.
So, Stormtrooper helmets.
Yeah, it's like the very first shot of this trailer kind of sets up this expectation of brutality.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gives that notion that, like, the fact that you see Stormtrooper heads kind of like perched up outside of whatever place,
a bar, probably
quasi, lawn decoration.
Yeah,
is clearly, like, obviously Republic isn't so brutal to decorate like that, and clearly that's not
well, it's not new
imperial by any means. So, right off the bat, it's like, okay, we are dealing with some third party action.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah,
yeah,
because it's like, obviously the New Republic wouldn't be cutting off Stormtrooper heads and decorating their house with them.
We don't think so, anyway.
I think the thing that kind of stands out to me where that is involved is that the Empire had some pretty crippling effects on some of the backwater worlds of the galaxy. Like, those are kind of the guys that carried the most on their shoulders from that regime. Mm-hmm. So while they might not be super crazy about the New Republic, they hated the Empire.
Yeah.
It wasn't good for anyone, except for the Emperor. He had a great time. Mm-hmm. So next shot, the Mandalorian ship flying over. It looks kind of like a marshy terrain. I've seen a lot of jokes lately about how Star Wars has plenty of sand planets. And I saw one that wasn't sand-like in this trailer, which is kind of nice.
It's true.
It was kind of green. His ship looks real fucking cool.
Yeah.
What I heard is that it's a Clone Wars era ship, So it's old as
Yeah.
fuck. It's an old ship, and it looks really cool. The architecture of it looks a little Clone Wars-y as well to me.
A little bit, yeah.
You get to see a dewback. There's a dewback. I think there's a dewback.
It's some sort of large lizard-like creature.
Yeah. You also get to see a Twi'lek, and she does not appear to be stripping, which is kind of nice.
Yes, that is a...
She is no one's slave. She's
Yeah.
a free woman.
Well, I don't know if she's not a slave or not, but she had her clothes on, which is kind of nice.
It's a victory for feminism in a galaxy.
It's a wireless
far away.
shock collar, not a wired one. Not a corded
God.
one.
I bet she's a bounty hunter.
Probably.
I hope so. You get a shot of Gina Carano's character, who, I don't know if you guys know her. She was in the first Deadpool movie
Okay.
as one of the bad guys.
Okay.
Really notable action actor. She could probably kick the fuck out of me. Like,
Probably.
and some people might want that even, but like she's a very strong woman. She does really good action sequences. Maybe not necessarily the best actor, but like it's hard to watch her in an action sequence and not be glued to her the entire time. She's a very, very good action character.
Cool.
Death Troopers,
Yeah.
kind of like Death Troopers, which is a little okay. So there are like a trillion different kinds of stormtroopers because they make good toys. So when you have a new movie, you gotta have a new stormtrooper.
That's
so
right.
like when Solo: A Star Wars Story came out, there was the Mud Trooper, and then like a different kind of ATSD thing, and
Yeah.
it's like they kind of like tweak things. It would seem that the Empire kind of has a stormtrooper for every occasion.
You gotta sell those toys, man.
Right. These look a lot to me like the Death Troopers from Rogue One that kind of followed Krennic around.
I agree.
It's probably not exactly what they are. In Rogue One, those guys are genetically modified, or at least chosen because of their height. You'll notice that the Death Troopers are actually quite a bit taller than all of the stormtroopers around them.
I did not
Interesting.
notice that.
Yeah, they are freakishly tall,
Huh, okay.
which is really neat. There are of course implications on whether or not are those Death Troopers, maybe just armor that people found. I don't know. There's clearly an element of the Imperial remnant.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they just band together. Giancarlo Esposito makes an appearance in this trailer, which I am supremely excited about because, first of all, I love Breaking Bad, and I know neither of you have seen it, and I'm allowing it for now, but we will rectify this because Giancarlo Esposito is arguably one of the best parts of a show that had so many best parts. And he's kind of the cream of the crop of that. And I've seen him in other stuff, and I've loved him in other stuff too. He's such a great actor. I'm really, really curious to see kind of what he does in the show. There's some kind of new ATST. It looks like it might not be like an actual, Empire Strikes Back ATST. It might be one of the forest fire ATSTs or some variation on that.
Specialty model.
Yeah. The thing that really kind of gets my pants creamed is an IG series droid.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It's not IG-88.
Well, we would assume not.
No, it's they've confirmed it's not.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I think it's like IG. I can't remember the name. I'll look it up for the trailer breakdown. I think it's like IG-11 or something. Voiced by.
If you say it's the guy who does HK-47, I'm gonna scream.
No. Taika Waititi.
Oh, okay.
Who? Have you guys seen Thor Ragnarok? He did Korg, the rock guy.
Okay.
He's hilarious. He's
good.
really, really funny, which means that there must be some kind of element of comedy to that character. So I bet they're kind of probably going the HK route with it, where he has kind of an open contempt for organic beings.
Could be.
And just wants to kill everything.
I would go less specific than that and just say he's generally funny assassin droid.
Yeah. It makes sense to me that he's not IG-88. In fact, I'll have to... The canon subject of him is... I would have to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what happened to him or if he's even still around. But I'm kind of glad that it's not IG-88. So there's a scene in this where there's a guy... He's of the Aqualish species, and he gets his ass whooped. and he appears to be the guy that the Mandalorian's after. Which, by the way, you get this great hero shot of the Mandalorian in the trailer. He's got that like really distinctive helmet on and everything. Played, of course, by one of my favorite parts of Game of Thrones. I cannot remember the guy's name right now, which is stupid because I like tweet at him on Twitter all the time.
Pedro Pascal.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, he's so sexy too. Like he's a great actor. It's, like this whole cast, I think that's kind of the point of all of this. Is this cast is like really good.
Yeah, I mean it's Disney money. They can afford.
Oh yeah, I mean, the price is no object, so of course they can have anyone they want. So this poor guy is in quite a bit of trouble. I have here in my notes in all caps with super dark writing because I was smashing my pencil into the paper. Cut in half? Question mark exclamation
Through the door.
Yeah.
Finally.
Which, I mean, look, I follow Star Wars a lot. I've read pretty much every novel there is. I've read every comic book. So it would be very hard to find like a trope that would surprise me in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. That surprised me because I've never seen anything like that before, and it's not even anything like super crazy. But it's such a great idea. You have to wonder what happens to that guy. It's Disney Plus, so they can't get like too gruesome with it. But I don't know.
On the one hand, they can because it's a streaming service. On the other hand, they can't because it's Disney.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I think everyone's kind of curious about how they're going to handle that whole thing. Let me just say that I'm not entirely sure that guy's bounty isn't wanted dead or alive.
Yeah.
In one part of the trailer, it looks like the Mandalorian has access to some miniaturized carbon freezing tech.
Yep, that's true. There's that line of carbon frozen people.
Yeah, I'm not sure like if he has a guy he goes to for that. He's like, okay, I got one for you this week. Here you go.
Yeah.
Like freeze him, or if he has something like maybe on a ship.
Could be.
That would be pretty neat too. But it is kind of cool that he was like, you know what Boba Fett did once?
I'm going to do that every time.
He froze that motherfucking carbonite and it worked.
Yeah.
We're going with it. Maybe it's just Boba Fett. Maybe that's the joke the whole time is the Mandalorian is actually Boba Fett. The problem with that is that Pedro Pascal looks nothing like the guy that played Jango. So this whole theory has no legs at all and is 99.9% not true. But it's a neat thought.
I mean, are we so sure they didn't have plastic surgery a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away?
I really don't know. I'm sure they do, but it actually brings up a whole other question. Like, is he kind of like Jango Fett, who wasn't actually a Mandalorian? Like, he just stole some armor?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is he like a legit Mandalorian?
These are questions that will be uncovered in November, maybe, hopefully.
Also things we will probably pour over until then, because that's all I have to do. I like the idea of him actually being a legit Mandalorian, because we haven't seen any like real Mandalorians on screen yet, except for like the cartoons.
Yeah.
So I'm all for there. You get a shot of Werner Herzog's character, who appears to be this like imperial remnant. I don't know, Don kind of.
Yeah.
Local, mafia kind of guy. It's there to hire the Mandalorian for a job. It isn't exactly clear what it is. Who knows?
Bounty hunting of some sort.
Yeah, he's gonna hunt a bounty. Of course, we'll have more videos coming up about speculations about the general story, maybe some ideas about what the show's about. Make sure to let us know what you think. Drop a comment in our video, like the video. Check out some of our other videos, which are really cool. Play some video games. The whole idea about this thing is a all-encompassing, diverse approach to Star Wars. So we'll do some video game videos. We'll do some of this stuff. I'll just talk at a mic about Star Wars for 20 minutes, and we'll call that a video too. So anyway, let us know what you think. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and we will see you guys later.